Peterbot sold his soul for Fortnite. No social skills, no awareness, disrespectful and egotistical. Peterbot is regarded as the greatest Fortnite player of all time, but the community hates him for some reason. So why is that? Well, when you pull back the curtain, you uncover the truth. Peterbot has become so manipulative and disrespectful that he was kicked out of his own house. From treating his friends like trash to endless cheating allegations, his story is full of controversy. We are uncovering the truth. Is Peterbot Fortnite's biggest villain, or maybe he's just the most misunderstood player? Peterbot's rise to fame explains exactly why the hate started. A few years ago, he was an unknown player grinding Fortnite on console, but everything changed when he switched to PC. Almost immediately, his skills exploded. He dominated zone wars and box fights, becoming one of the most mechanical players in the game. Peter was getting so good, he had to compete in Fortnite's biggest tournaments, and he killed it. He found success in Trio FNCS, his aim and editing speed were unreal, and he became known as a player who could take on entire teams by himself. But it was during Chapter 3 when things took a serious turn. Peterbot paired up with Byler, a cracked controller player, and the duo absolutely crushed the competition, winning FNCS and making Peterbot a Fortnite celebrity almost overnight. This kind of rapid success was something people weren't used to seeing. For the Fortnite community, it felt like he came out of nowhere and just started winning everything. His rise was almost too fast, and that's when the suspicions began. People started digging into his gameplay, looking for anything that seemed kinda off. And honestly, some clips were very suspicious.
Alright, now I think that this is the most suspicious clip in all of Fortnite history. Like, if you think that Peterbot cheats, this is probably the clip that you would show people. I mean, like, you can...
As his fame grew, so did the number of people who believed he was cheating. The nickname Cheaterbot became a meme in the community, and it stuck pretty hard. But where did it all start? The accusations weren't random. People began posting clips of Peterbot's gameplay that seemed almost too perfect. His aim was deadly accurate, even when tracking opponents through walls. This was proof of aimbotting or using cheats like wall hacks. So, as a result, every highlight he posted was picked apart and analyzed frame by frame. When players at the top of the scene were questioning you, the community listens. The constant wave of accusations created a storm around Peterbot's name that he just couldn't shake. And the storm only got worse. And that's because in his first LAN event, everything broke down. In 2022, Peterbot competed at the FNCS Invitational, his first major in-person tournament. The stakes were high. This was his chance to prove that he was legit. But when the event finally happened, Peterbot's performance was disappointing. He and his teammate Jamper struggled to make an impact. He couldn't dominate without his home setup, and it just seemed like he needed cheats to perform well. For a lot of people, this event confirmed the rumors, but eventually, these rumors would settle down after we saw him dominate in the Global Championship in 2024. But surprisingly, some rumors still hang around as Peterbot can't seem to shake his nickname Cheaterbot. But if you thought the cheating rumors were bad, his attitude only made things worse. Peterbot has a history for some of the worst beefs in Fortnite history, which truly reveal why he gets so much hate. One of the wildest conflicts he had was with Bucky FPS, and this beef went way beyond Fortnite matches. It all started when they lived together in a shared gaming house, and Bucky eventually had enough of Peterbot's behavior. Bucky went on stream to complain just how bad things had gotten. He described Peterbot as a disrespectful and difficult roommate, saying that Peterbot would constantly talk down to people, even those older than him.
Some of these people in the house are pushing like 30 years old. Coming out of your room, being disrespectful, like not cleaning up after yourself, and just overall just being like a disrespectful roommate. You know what I mean? Like that shit just don't fly. If you're gonna live rent-free in my house, So respecting, just be respectful. That's all it is.
Bucky is big on respect, and when Peterbot started crossing the line, like refusing to clean up after himself and being rude, Bucky had to step in. According to Bucky, Peterbot would leave trash lying around, his room was a mess with leftover food, he even clogged toilets, and he didn't seem to care about the people who were picking up after him.
Like, obviously I'm not vacuuming, bro. Like, what? There's like maids that come to the house every once in a while anyway. Like, what? He can vacuum it himself if he's kicking me out anyway. Go f yourself. Vacuum my dirty ass shit, boy.
It got so bad that Bucky told him he had to leave the house by 1st of the month unless he changed his behavior. Things only got worse as time went on. Bucky said Peterbot used to be a good friend, but his ego exploded after the global championship.
He had respect for me at one point. There was one point where he respected me, and then after globals and he just got so much bigger than me, he lost a big portion of respect for me too, and he started to just be very disrespectful to me.
Peterbot stopped talking to his roommates, muted their group chat, and even ghosted the organization, making it impossible for anyone to communicate with him.
He ghosted me, the whole entire organization, every single roommate. He muted our group chat. He wasn't talking to anyone. No one could talk to him.
The frustration in the house was real, especially since Peterbot was living rent-free and still not helping out. Despite the biggest audience and bringing in tons of views, he refused to do content for the organization like TikToks or YouTube videos, which made things even more frustrating.
I agree he brings a lot of value. He's the best Fortnite player in the world. He gets 10,000 viewers. I agree he brings a lot of value. But you have to understand, to an organization, you're not bringing value to our org when you can't even come out and do like a TikTok or a YouTube video. You know what I mean? Like, the org isn't profiting because they're getting the same content anyone off of YouTube can get.
And it wasn't just the messiness that bothered people, Peterbot's humor felt aggressive too. One housemate mentioned that Peterbot would casually throw out insults like saying F you or calling people broke.
Every single time he would go out the room, he would say, F you pie, you're broke, I'll buy you. The shit that he would say to Okas was insane.
Bucky said that he tried to be fair, offering Peterbot a chance to stay longer if he could just show some respect. But when Peterbot came out of his room, flipped Bucky off, and kept being difficult, that was the last straw.
I would have let him stay until the end of the month if he could be respectful. But if you can't be respectful, it is what it is. And a day after I talked to his manager, he comes out the room. How you doing, Pete? Lifts me off. You.
The fallout turned into one of the most talked about dramas in Fortnite, with fans arguing about whether Bucky was too harsh or if Peterbot really needed to change his ways. But that wasn't the only time Peterbot stirred up controversy. He also faced backlash for his habit of dropping teammates without warning. One of the most shocking examples was when he left Peterbot and TK. This was a huge deal because Peterbot had played a major role in helping Peterbot get noticed in the competitive scene. When Peterbot abandoned them after a string of wins, it was a sign of disrespect and arrogance. He was being ungrateful and only cared about his success. He used people to climb the ladder and then ditched them when he thought he could do better. All of this drama painted Peterbot as a villain in the Fortnite community. The accusations of cheating, combined with the way that he treated other pros, made it easy for people to pile on the hate. And if you think this is bad, just wait until you hear about how his cockiness took things to a whole new level. Peterbot's talent is undeniable, but his attitude, that's another story. Even among Fortnite pros, where confidence is normal, Peterbot stands out for being extra cocky. And honestly, this is one of the biggest reasons why he's so disliked. As Peterbot's fame grew, so did his bold claims. He'd go on social media and talk about how he was invincible, guaranteeing tournament wins, and acting like no one could match his skills.
Dignitas is terrible, Fnatic is terrible. Beating those two is the only one that matters to me.
You're the best player in the world?
Right now, yeah. I just won back-to-back FNCSs, and I'm about to win this, and I'm about to win the LAN too. I'm about to win everything.
Sure, some fans loved the confidence, but it was just too much. It didn't help that he sometimes put down other players, making himself seem above everyone else.
Hey, you, Click! You! You guys fucking suck!
Then there's his track record with teammates. Peterbot has a history of switching partners in the blink of an eye, which only added to his reputation as someone who looks out for himself first. Take his splits with Poyo, for example. that was one of the most successful duos in Fortnite, winning back-to-back FNCS titles. But after their historic season, Peterbot shocked everyone by dropping Pollo. No one could understand why he would abandon the greatest duo of all time. Peterbot explained that he couldn't top in trios for Pollo and therefore they wouldn't win anything else. People accused him of being selfish and greedy, betraying his friends to profit as much as possible. In a community where humility is often celebrated, Peterbot's cockiness and constant partner changes left a bad taste in people's mouths, making him one of the most polarizing figures in Fortnite history. But as bad as his attitude is, it's the community's reaction to him that truly cements his controversial status. Despite everything, Peterbot has proven himself as the best player of all time. But even after all his accomplishments, the hate he gets from the community has only grown stronger. So why does it stick around? First, social media plays a huge role. Platforms like TikTok, Twitter, and Twitch magnify every mistake that Peterbot makes. If he makes an overconfident comment or messes up in a game, clips often go viral instantly. It's like the entire Fortnite community is just waiting to pounce. And because of his reputation, even the smallest slip-up becomes a huge deal. The hashtag CheaterBot still pops up every time someone wants to bring up the old accusations. And then there's the perception that Peterbot is manipulative. He had a past of betraying and dropping teammates in the blink of an eye, like Peterbot and TK. And he just continues to do it, like dropping Pollo as if he was nothing. So, does Peterbot really deserve all the hate that he gets? When you take a closer look, a lot of criticism seems unfair. The CheaterBot claims, well, those are confirmed to be completely false. And sure, Peterbot is confident, maybe even overly so, but isn't that what it takes to be one of the best? He's young, driven, and has made some mistakes, but he's also dealt with an insane amount of pressure and scrutiny. Some of the drama, like the fallout with teammates or beefs with other players, could happen to anyone trying to navigate the high-stakes world of competitive Fortnite. In the end, Peterbot is a dedicated and talented player who's accomplished more than most could ever dream of. Maybe the community's judgment is harsher than it needs to be. What do you think? Does he deserve more understanding? Or is the criticism justified? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching. I'll check you around next time.